Hello, my name is Elliana. Hi, my name is Lexi. We were both 13 years old. We've been dancing since we're 2. We're so excited to perform for you guys our tap duo to Fred Like Me. Hope you enjoy!
Twitch, Tick, and Roar, a poem by Nicky B. Bohm. There are days where I wake up and I tick, twitch, and roar, not knowing what's in store. There are times and other days that are calm before the storm. When I enter the store, the glaring lights are brighter than they were before. I just want to get out of the store. The other snickers, stare, and glare. What's up with the woman over there? I look up with a warm smile, hoping that they will not notice for a while. Then my vice takes over, the thing that I cannot ignore, with pain and discomfort so barbaric I cannot stop moving with a jerk of the head, twitch, tick, grunt, and roar. I say things that are unexpected that I do not want to say. A friend whispers to another friend, "Who's the retard in the store?" I blink and grunt with utter amazement and disbelief. The lack of acceptance is very weak. My nerves take over, and then I realize my vice is a blessing in disguise. My job is to blow people's minds. My vice helps others understand and realize that all go through trials and tribulations aside. So call me an inspiration, which is not true at all. You inspire me to be who I am, despite my tick, twitch, and roar.
My name is Liam Lubitz, and today I'm presenting to you my semester-long capstone project, Space Saver. What inspired the project is, when scouring the internet, I've always been intrigued by those videos that take a simple piece of furniture like a bed or a desk and turn it into something multifunctional, causing the room that this piece of furniture is in to basically turn into 2 rooms. I personally have the privilege of owning a Murphy bed, so when I started running through ideas of what I should do for my final capstone project, I thought, how cool would it be to show how much space my own Murphy bed saves? So now, here I am filming this bit in my room with my bed stored away. But what you see behind me is not actually my room. May I present to you, Space Saver. In the beginning, I started out with these sketches and measurements. I wanted to create a definitive asset list so I could schedule my time accordingly. I wanted to have the model all done and rendered at least 2 weeks before the due date to allow enough time for post-production. So what I ended up doing was designating 3 full days a week to work on only this project, and I divided my tasks among those days in a hierarchical order, starting with the more prominent objects first. This led to a steady and organized workflow that I was even able to keep under unforeseen circumstances. In the end, I'm really proud of how this all turned out. Thanks for sticking to the end of my presentation. The link to my website with all my research and blog posts is in the description. Your critiques are welcome. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you, stay safe, and stay awesome.
My name is Hunter Morris, and today I will be playing Ode to Joy on the piano. For my next song, I'm going to play Indian Dance.
never held my hand out and asked for something free. I got pride I can roll out for miles in front of me. I don't need your help and I don't need sympathy. I don't need you to lower the bar for me. I know I'm superwoman, I know I'm strong. I know I've got this cause I've had it all along. I'm phenomenal and I'm enough. I don't need you to tell me who to be. Can someone just hold me? Don't fix me, don't try to change a thing. Can someone just know me? Cause underneath I'm broken and it's beautiful. 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 Walking on the ocean, turning water into wine. We bear our emotion and pretend that we're just fine. The only way to live now is to know you're gonna fly. Don't listen to the lying liars and their lies. I know I'm superwoman, I know I'm strong. I know I've got this cause I've had it all along. I'm phenomenal, I'm enough. I don't need you to tell me who to be. Can someone just hold me? Don't fix me, don't try to change a thing. Can someone just know me? Cause underneath I'm broken and it's beautiful. I'm broken and it's beautiful. I'm broken and it's beautiful. Hey, I'm broken and it's beautiful. I'm broken and it's beautiful. Oh, I'm tired. Can I just be tired without piling on, all sad and scared and out of time? And I'm wild. Can I just be wild without feeling like I'm failing and I'm losing my mind? Can someone just hold me? Don't fix me, don't try to change a thing. Oh, someone just know me. Cause underneath I'm broken and it's beautiful. I'm broken and it's beautiful. I'm broken and it's beautiful. Hey, I'm broken and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm broken and it's beautiful. I'm broken and it's beautiful. I'm broken and it's beautiful.
Basically, just don't date someone who doesn't want to understand you. So, dating with Tourette Syndrome, what a topic! I'm just gonna jump right into it. So since the beginning of high school, I've had 7 different boyfriends. So people with Tourette Syndrome can date, and apparently can date a lot. But right now, I've been dating my current boyfriend for about 16 months, and it's going great. He's wonderful. I love him so much. But boyfriends over the years have handled Tourette Syndrome a little bit differently, so I'm gonna go into some of my experiences with that. We'll just start off with the bad boyfriend. He's the only one of my exes that I do not like in any way. So to preface this, along with Tourette Syndrome, I have OCD, anxiety, and depression, which are just, they're comorbidities of Tourette Syndrome, so it makes sense. But this boyfriend that I'm speaking of, one time I was just hanging out in my old apartment's bedroom, just having a good night, and he sent me an article about video game addiction. And he said, "This is why I don't believe in that mental health stuff." We had been dating for a little bit at this point, and he knew that not only did I have a neurological disorder, Tourette Syndrome, but I also had mental disorders. So he just was completely invalidating part of my identity and part of who I am and part of me. Also, while dating that same boyfriend, I went through this long phase where in the middle of the night, if anyone touched me, I'd start ticking a lot. So I told him about this. I expressed to him that I did not want to be touched during the night, or else I'd tick a lot, and that's not fun for me. It wakes me up more, and just generally it's not fun to tick a lot. So he didn't care. He touched me all throughout the night with his hands, with his arm around me, all of that. I would bring it up to him in the mornings and he'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot. Not only did he not care enough to make me comfortable, he just didn't care enough to the point where he would make me super uncomfortable. And he pretended that he was super supportive of my YouTube channel and everything I did and the work I did with Tourette Syndrome related things. And maybe he thought he was, but how can you really be supportive if you don't even believe in that mental health stuff? So not all of my boyfriends were that bad. I was dating another guy actually after that guy. And I went through another weird phase where if I was touched in this part of my abdomen area, I would start doing my abdomen tick like hard. And I told my boyfriend at the time about this, and he went out of his way to make me comfortable and made sure not to touch me there, and if he did it on accident, he was really apologetic. In high school, I didn't talk to my boyfriends much about Tourette Syndrome outside of just that I had it and what it was. It wasn't really part of a lot of conversations, and I don't recommend this. I encourage talking about it, because if you don't really help your partner understand super well, then they won't understand super well. Current day, I'm with the most wonderful, loving boyfriend who I've chosen to live with. Tourette Syndrome is part of our daily conversations, but mostly because I won't shut up about it. But he's part of the conversation too. He talks about it intelligently and he's really good about it. And the reason why he knows how to talk about it and he's so good about it is because I've talked to him about it a lot and educated him about it, which I recommend. If your partner can't accept that you have Tourette Syndrome or doesn't want to talk to you about Tourette Syndrome, then they're probably not for you. Okay, so in terms of intimacy, we're not going to get into the nitty gritty, but holding hands can be kind of hard because I always have to do multiple ticks before I grab my boyfriend's hand, or when he grabs my hand, I usually have to pull away and then do a few ticks. They usually look like this. And then I can hold hands. Cuddling, although very pleasant usually, is really hard when my tics are bad. I am a horrible big spoon because I move my arm so much to do arm tics. I usually put my arm around my boyfriend and then I just have to immediately take it off, and then I try to keep it on for more than a few seconds, and it doesn't always work out great. And then kissing is normal, except sometimes I have to stop doing it so that I can do my coughing tic or other weird tics like this. What I recommend is talk to your partner about your Tourette Syndrome very early, if not even before you are together. And don't filter yourself about it. And it'll just be much easier to let them know the facts early on. I also would not try to suppress your tics around your partner because, first of all, suppressing tics sucks. And if they don't know that part of you, then they don't know all of you. Basically, just don't date someone who doesn't want to understand you. Boom. I get that it can be hard. Trust me, I've been through it at least 7 times. I hope you enjoyed hearing my experiences and that you'll take some of my advice, but that's dating with Tourette Syndrome. Thanks, Twitches, bye!
Hi, my name is Aiylee.
I am 11 years old. I was diagnosed with Tourette Syndrome at the age of 5. Today I will be singing Someone You Love by Louis Capaldi. I'm going under and it's on my feet and no one to save me. This all and nothing really got away, you're driving me crazy. I need somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody that I just to know how it feels. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you help me escape. Another day bleeds into night falls, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting how I used to be someone you love. I'm going under and it's on my feet and no one to turn to. This all and nothing really got away, you're driving me crazy. I need somebody to know, somebody to heal, somebody that have just to know how it feels. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you help me escape. Another day bleeds into night falls, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pull the rug. I was getting kinda used to be someone you love. And I didn't close my eyes, would it hurt someday? I'll fall onto your arms. I'll be safe with this sound till I come back around. Another day breathes into night falls, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to be someone you love.
I suppose it is time now to dredge up from the depths the horrors which wake me in my slumber nightly, leaving me dripping with cold sweat. I was undeniably of abecedarian nature upon my employ at James Falk Lexus in a metropolitan burg just south of the eponymous hills to which was ascribed the moniker of Beverly. In the same way an archaeological dig unearths wonders and artifacts of eons long dead, so too did every day render unto me revelations regarding the markedly esoteric fields of logistics and transport. Naturally, I progressed, not unlike the prodigious Mozart, more specifically the Bildungsroman of his earliest years and meteoric rise. In but half a fortnight, I had learned every facet of my occupation. I was an encyclopedia with a missing page. Then, I did not know. I wish I could now forget the experiential knowledge of the foulest sort contained on said page. It, alas, was but a matter of time before my empty stomach and tired legs bade me rest. This was not an uncommon occurrence, as my corporeal self is not without its notorious human flaws. Usually, upon receiving such stimulus, I would figuratively somnambulate down to the nearby food purveyor for retrieval of a sandwich, typically of the submarine variety, in which would be nested 2 twin fillets derived from some avian keel married with vegetation from lands near and far, their cultivars only retrofitted to best suit proliferation in an American climate, serving as something of a macroscopic emulsifier, a binder of sorts. Through all solid matter there would exist a viscous solution of oil and spice known colloquially as ranch dressing. Ritualistic as I have been purported to be, a claim with which I am unable to wholly disagree, the items retrieved from the purveyor, clad in a forest green and obsidian black, did not much vary from day to day, save the binary determinant regarding my preference for my teeth either by a warm, dry crunch or soft, cool surface to be greeted. the acquisition of substantial nutrition, wherefore an energetic conclusion of my workday would be ensured through rejuvenescence of stamina, was merely the first act of the tragic theater that was lunchtime on this, the 26th of April, 2019th year of our Lord. The following second act was the catalyst for my transformation into my current state, one mineralized not unlike a mass of fossilized wood, vaguely emulating a human visage. Naturally, subsequent to the aforementioned items purchased, to be further elucidated was a location in which to initiate consumption. The usual locality was the lobby, perfunctory in placement, nestled as an appendix, inordinately Lilliputian for an architectural feature typically deemed integral to the composition of an introductory principal floor. Adorned solely with chairs and duplicate sentinels charged with the oversight of a diminutive electrical socket by way of which I could bid my cellular device surpass my shift in longevity. Upon arrival to this ground hallowed by virtue of my own territorial nature, my eyes were besieged by a shock-inducing visage. The outlet was tessellating with the prongs which peninsulated from the cuboid body of an iPhone charging device. The man to whom this usurping machine belonged occupied similarly the chair most immediate to its vicinity. In its cushion-bound doppelganger was perched precariously a grotesque eldritch creature, likely the spawn of the man next to whom she issued myriad cacophonous ravings to accompany her spastic seizing in what seemed to be an act of play or declaration of war. Hence I bade retreat from whence I'd emerged into the porthole, a brief vista framing the interior of an automobile dealership, my cold blood silently crawling as syrup through my stiff veins, made paralytic by an ancient survivalist reflex wired into the depths of mine own lizard brain. Having now a mere 28 minutes until the resumption of my shift, my quest for an oasis in which to sojourn grew ever more frantic. My heightened senses and frenzied nerves, intending to aid pursuit of my objective, took notice of a shelter heretofore unbeknownst to me. Punctuating the most desolate of my confining bulkheads was a doorway, singular in number as it was in peculiarity. There was not much, if anything, immediately telling regarding its inhospitability, save a sign serving to designate its intended occupancy as limited to that of those in its surrounding establishment's employ. I, being categorically included in such demographic, was not therefore dissuaded. I hesitate to recall any further the experiences which succeeded my entry into that unholy cell. Never before or since has any stimulus incited such regress into near complete catatonia, nor severed my bond with my soul and spiritual sense of self. I fear, however, that a venture to spare the reader from any detail too gruesome shall in fact have an effect to the contrary, for it is but natural to be so consumed by curiosity when a gap in understanding has been made evident. At least this is so in the world of academia, for the denizens of which I pen this cautionary account. Though I am no less taciturn than I was at the outset of this literary nature, the resurrection of emotions long dead at my recapitulation of the events prior has served to highlight the necessity of graphic detail to entirely dissuade those who might otherwise assume sensationalism or overstatement. If you feel my uncommunicative nature to be evidence enough of the horrors below, I beg of you, retreat from the subject in full and never again entertain the notion of reenacting my folly. Upon my entrance into the break room, it became immediately evident that my lackadaisicalness had led me to my demise. My eyes began to well, obscuring my vision. In retrospect, this obfuscating layer of fluid may have been the sole agent responsible for the retention of my sight. The pungent swell was that of an odor suggesting that in some forgotten orifice lie the corpse of a man dead by way of suffocation on the vomit of thousands of swamp creatures engorged on junk food and fecal matter. The walls were all lined with symbols which I had initially thought to be runic in nature, or the ramblings of whatever sick cultist had, through some unholy ritual, thrust this miasma of madness upon the world. Upon further inspection, the symbols were lengthy and detailed scripts of an imperative nature, outlining a multitude of policies drafted in great detail by HR. Recalcitrant as I am wont to be, I couldn't help but wonder in a brief, merciful moment of lucidity whether stricter adherence to these policies would have mitigated the de-evolution of what must, at some forgotten point, have been a typical break room. Strewn about all surfaces horizontal was refuse of the most vile order. The biodegradable artifacts exhibiting evidence of having undergone extensive enzymatic degradation, undoubtedly the result of prolonged exposure to salivary excretions of whose origin only a cruel god may tell. In my state of unnerved shock, my temporal awareness must have faltered, as my conscious mind was wrenched back into my tangible self as a result of the vibrating of my cellular device. Presented unto my eyes was an electronic parcel penned by my boss inquiring of my whereabouts. To my horror, This was followed immediately by my brother and employee, Gerardo Sanchez. Jerry, as we knew him, frenziedly urging the door ajar to deliver a message.
"Dude, Mike's looking for you,"
he began, his nervous and olfactory systems mercifully delayed in processing the apocalyptic smellscape around him. This small mercy was a finite one, however, as unbridled terror beset him, and he let forth a gut-wrenching scream, a cry unlike any hitherto uttered by inhabitants of our mortal coil.
"Ugh, dude, it stinks in here."
My ears bled at the sound. Jerry then ambled listlessly out of the room, but any intuitive onlooker could tell that he'd so desperately wanted to run. The poor soul, he has not spoken to me a word since. Granted, he had never spoken to me before then, either. At Jerry's behest, and taking advantage of this gasp of lucidity, I lurched hand over foot toward the door. After what may have been seconds or hours, I emerged, physically intact, but otherwise permanently ruined. After reprimand from my superiors for having surpassed my allotted mealtime, I returned to work. Admonishment was irrelevant. I had seen beyond the veil. I was the void. I belong to Tartarus now. Please, I beg, of all who have read so far, do not tempt, do not dabble in that which you do not fully understand, for some evils surpass the boundaries inherent to the mortal realm. I leave you with the couplet from the mad Arab Abdul al-Khazred, who undoubtedly was eons ago familiar with the break room. That is not dead which can eternal lie, and with strange eons, even death may die.
This song is called 12 in the Neck. Made this with some friends, and it was the first song I ever wrote. And it showed me a lot of things. It showed me that I wanted to pursue music as a career and what I wanted to do. And it showed me that I didn't need to get Botox to try and suppress my tics and the muscles inside of my body. And it was so freeing for me. I got to connect with a lot of people that feel that same pain of trying to hide whatever it is for them. And that's what the song means to me. It's just being free and being authentic and finding your love inside of you to fully express who you are without trying to hide it. And after 10 years of knowing I've had Tourette's, I finally was able to share about it through a song, and that was the best feeling in the world. So being able to relay this performance to others that have Tourette's like me and people who don't, I hope that's a powerful experience for you and can connect with that. So this one's called 12 in the Neck. I can't stop my neck. Feels like I'm locked in the cement. I can't stop my tics. I swear my eyes roll back like dead. Why get a glitch like this? I don't wanna be this way. Not another fit again, I can't control it. Why got a glitch like this? Always on repeat this way. Fucking always switch like this, I can't control it. Oh! Well, where did you come from? How did you find me? Thought that I blocked you, followed me obsessed. Some days I'm feeling Cobain, whites in my eyes like Jacket Insane. Doc said 12 to the neck, okay, you can make it 13, well, hell, no way. Damn, this hurts to feel betrayed. Why got a glitch like this? I don't wanna be this way. Not another fit again, I can't control it. Why got a glitch like this? Always on repeat this way. Fucking on a switch like this, I can't control it. Why got a glitch like this? I don't wanna be this way. Not another fit again, I can't control it. Why got a glitch like this? Always on repeat this way. Fucking on a switch like this, I can't control it. Stop, you're embarrassing yourself. We can't be seen in public. It is frequently misdiagnosed. It is frequently underdiagnosed. Coughing, blinking, twitching, which mimics unrelated conditions. It all leads to this. It all leads to this. Yeah, I got a glitch like this. Yeah, I gotta be this way. Yeah, another fit again. It can't control me. Yeah, I got a glitch like this. Always on repeat this way. Yeah, I always switch like this. It can't control me. It can't control me. It can't control me. It can't control me.
Hi, my name is Brittany, and I'm so happy and proud to be introducing you to the artwork of my brother, Tank Kaczynski, although he goes by Tank James professionally. Tank has struggled over the past several years as his Tourette's has worsened as he has gotten older. He may feel discouraged at times, but he has never given up. He has said many times, "Tourette's has made my life difficult, but I would never give it up. My brain is the way my brain is, and if it was different, maybe I wouldn't be able to create anymore. I would never take the chance of having my art just go away. Being able to draw, paint, and sculpt has saved me. I take a long time to finish each piece because I leave a piece of myself in each and every one of my creations. Enjoy. This first piece is simply titled Frank, because does he really need any other explanations? He created this piece for our grandmother's birthday. The inspiration is from Andy Warhol's artwork. He used acrylic paint, ink, and colored pencil. As artists, we have the ability to respond to our environment and societal pressures in a very unique way. This was Tank's response to current events. He calls this piece Portrait of the Crying Lady. This piece was created using colored pencil, graphite, and ink. This next piece was created during his senior year in high school. The piece is called Man and His Bike. It is a portrait of a local police officer who loves to ride his Harley in his off hours. Tank included this work because it is one of his favorite graphite pieces. The attention to detail is extraordinary, especially in the area of the handlebars and the man's jacket. Up next is Tank's first commissioned work, Bon Jovi. Our mom is an ER doctor, and one of the nurses saw the Frank Sinatra picture. He asked Tank to create an 80s-style Bon Jovi picture for his wife. It is mixed media, acrylic, paint, ink, and colored pencil. Recently, Tank has been taking classes at Crealde School of Art, where he is focused on sculpture, specifically clay, metal, and masonry. He has been fortunate to be learning from a gifted artist and mentor, David Cumby, who has worked in the entertainment industry. Tank has had the opportunity to learn how to weld in order to create metal sculptures. This next piece is titled Phoenix Rising. The sculpture is created by using scrap metal that is cut down, shaped, and welded together. Tank has chosen to use this mythical bird as a symbol for himself. As you all know, there are times when Tourette's just beats us down. But, like the phoenix, we all rise up from the ashes and move forward. This brings us to his final piece, Terminator. This piece was created from one large block of clay. It required multiple carvings, layers, and several firings. Acrylic paint was also applied in several layers as the paint had to dry before any detailing was done. A satin finish was placed at the end to create the sweat and dirt effect. Just recently, this piece won first place for sculpture at an independently juried student art show. Thank you so much for allowing me to share with you my brother's artwork. I hope you enjoyed viewing his pieces as much as he enjoyed creating them.
Whenever I see someone less fortunate than I, and let's face it, who isn't less fortunate than I? My tender heart tends to start to bleed. And when someone needs a makeover, I simply have takeover. I know exactly what they need. And even in your case, though it's the toughest case I've yet to face, don't worry, I'm determined to succeed. Follow my lead, and yes, indeed, you will be popular. You're gonna be popular. I'll teach you the proper ploys when you talk to boys, little ways to flirt and flounce. I'll show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair, everything that really counts to be popular. I'll help you be popular. You'll hang with the right cohorts. You'll be good at sports. Know the slang you've got to know. So let's start, 'cause you've got an awfully long way to go. Don't be offended by my frank analysis. Think of it as personality dialysis. Now that you've chosen to become a palace or an advisor, there's nobody wiser, not when it comes to popular. I know about popular, and with an assist from me to be who you'll be, instead of dreaming who you are, there's nothing that can stop you from becoming popular. Lar, la, 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 la. We're gonna make you popular. When I see depressing creatures with unrepossessing features, I remind them on their own behalf to think of celebrated heads of state or especially great communicators. Did they have brains or knowledge? Don't make me laugh. They were popular, please. It's all about popular. It's not about aptitude, it's the way you're viewed, so it's very sure to be very, very popular, like me. Why, Miss Alphaba, look at you! You're beautiful. You're welcome. And though you protest your disinterest, I know clandestinely you're gonna grin and bear it for your newfound popularity. La 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 la, you'll be popular, just not quite as popular as me. I saved every letter you wrote me. From the moment I read them, I knew you were mine. You said you were mine. I thought you were mine. Do you know what Angelica said when she saw your first letter arrive? She said, "Be careful with that one, love. You will do what it takes to survive." You and your words flooded my senses. Your sentences left me defenseless. You built me palaces out of paragraphs. You built cathedrals. I'm reading the letters you wrote me. I'm searching and scanning for answers in every line, for some kind of sign of when you were mine. The world seemed to burn. I published the letter she wrote you. You told the whole world how you brought this girl into our bed, and clearing your name, you ruined our lives. Do you know what Angelica said when she read what you'd done? She said, "You have married an Icarus. He has flown too close to the sun. You and your words obsessed with your legacy. Your sentences border on senseless, and you are paranoid in every paragraph how they perceive you. You. I'm erasing myself from the narrative. Let future historians wonder how Eliza reacted when you broke her heart. I have torn it all apart, I'm watching it burn. Watching it burn. The world has no right to my heart. The world has no place in our bed. They don't get to know what I said. I'm burning the memories, burning the letters that might have redeemed you. You forfeit all rights to my heart. You forfeit the place in our bed. You'll sleep in your office instead, with only the memories of when you were mine. I hope that you
Close your eyes, think of the good times. Remember the last from those close to you. Hold them close and never let go. Remember the good times. Don't ever let them go. Those things will keep you afloat. 'Cause so far away in different worlds. Remember all the good times and remember all the bad. So far apart we start to hear voices in our heads. They say to forget them. They say this 'cause they want us to start to wash away. So hold them so close and you'll never wash away. 122 days without seeing you. 122 days without seeing friends. 122 days without no school. 122 days of not seeing a face. 122 days of going insane. Remember all the good times and remember all the bad. 'Cause so far apart we start to hear voices in our head. And they say to forget them, just to waste away. 'Cause if you don't start to hold them, then you'll never wash away. So one day soon I'll be with you, and I'll hold you close, and I'll see you all, and I'll feel the light on my face, in hopefully less than 122 days.
Camatoquark. All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. You're obviously here to have a chat about those things. What things? You know, those things that make people think, speak, and act thingishly. Hold on, let me sure I'm making sense here. You know, terms can be so technical these days. Why don't we just call these things camatoquarks? Yeah, there we go. Well, tell me, what's your camatoquark? What does it make you do? Or what does it feel like? How do you do it? Oh, pardon my manners. Here I'm questioning you, and I haven't even mentioned my camatoquark. My camatoquark is that I twitch. Well, actually, they're called tics. Oh, I'm not talking about the bug. Goodness, no. I'm talking about how it feels when my body twitches. I guess, well, it just happens like an overpowering urge to breakdance. Except I actually look like this. And it doesn't happen all the time. Just usually when I'm really excited or anxious about something. And it could happen anywhere, like during dinner with my family. Are you all right? You're shaking the entire table. Oh, I'm just super excited for camp in a few months. Or randomly during school. And that concludes our dinosaur unit. Are you all right? Oh, just practicing my T-Rex impression. Ah, very good. Well then, moving on. T-Rex what? Oof. More like I'm nervous for a math test tomorrow, but as if I was going to announce that to the class. Oh, and don't even get me started on this one. Apparently I look like I'm doing Morse code here. Well, so people have told me. Yeah, sure, 1 blink for a dot and 2 for a dash. What? No. Oi, well hopefully you got a good laugh out of all my camatoquark mishaps. Oh, believe me, I think they're funny too. Most of the time. I mean, clearly I'm a fan of funny faces and all, but who really wants to be that kid in the class picture who twitches when the photographer says, say cheese? Know what I mean? Ugh, how embarrassing. So you see where I'm going with this, right?
like I said, I know I've got a pretty laughable Camilo quirk, but on the flip side, it'd be great to actually understand why I twitch. You'd feel the same way, no? To my surprise, apparently there are doctors who help people understand stuff like this, and they're called neurologists. So that's who I went to see. Well, hello, may I come in? I'm a pediatric neurologist. Or better yet, I'm that smarty pants doc who knows all about brains and your nervous system, especially kids. All right, kiddo, let's have a look. Whoa, where are we? Why, your nervous system, of course. What are those things? Those are called nerves. They're responsible for sending neural signals throughout your body. And there's your brain. Well, here we are. If you go deep enough inside of your brain, you'll find that there are different neurons in different places, like motor neurons that control movement, or, yeah, open up. I've got a couple questions for you. Whoa! You said it. It looks like you've got quite a bit of extra L-dopa. L who? L-dopa. Levodopa, actually. L-dopa for short. It's what's causing your tics. You mean to tell me that these little guys are what are making me twitch? Precisely. You see, your brain is a part of your nervous system, which uses these zippy little things called neurons to send and receive signals throughout your body. So, say you touch a hot pan. Neurons from your hand transmit the hot sensation you feel to your brain, which responds by telling, or firing, another neurosignal to your hand, making you move your hand away from the hot pan. There are many chemicals in your brain that influence how these neurons act. Sometimes, having too much of a certain chemical in your brain can cause neurons to fire more often. In your case, it seems that your brain is producing a lot of extra L-dopa, which end up getting loaded onto motor neurons, making them fire more. And, well, then you twitch. You just notice it more when you're excited about something because it happens more often. Oh, how rude of me. I bet you're wondering what L-dopa does. It's the chemical responsible for becoming dopamine in your brain. Ironically, dopamine has a completely different function in your brain, so we can discuss that another time. You know, there are many chemicals that, depending on their amount, can cause different Camilo quirks. It's important to know, though, that sometimes chemical imbalance in your brain isn't the only kind of thing that could cause a Camilo quirk. There are many, many things that can affect how your nervous system functions, and you bet they've all got smarty pants names, like histamine, which has to do with allergic reactions, or rather your immune system, or insulin, which has an effect on the amount of sugar your body can handle, and even norepinephrine, try saying that one 5 times fast, which has to do with feeling anxious and stressed and other things. So you see, these kids do and go through the same thing any kid would. But with so many kids and so many brains, it's only natural for these thingish things and Camilo quirks to develop. After all, life would be pretty boring without them. So basically, no one really has the same brain chemistry as anybody else? That's right, no two brains are the same. Once you get past all the nerves and goo, your L-dopa is just what makes you, you. You'd better hurry on back or you'll be late for school. Wow! Come back soon. Wow, that was really something. Well, I guess I'm off to school. It's picture day. Watch me tick. Bet you can't move to the beat like this. Levodopa, that's my jam. Neurons fire, 1, 2, 3, bam. My goodness, it's about time. Come on, your class has been waiting for you. Oops, I'm coming. Say cheese. The end.
Hi, my name is Megan Davis, and I'm going to be singing Skinny Love by Birdie. Come on, skinny love, just last year. Pour a little song we would never hear. Mama, think of blood and crushed veneer. Tell my love to wreck it all. Cut out all the ropes and let me fall. My, 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 my. Right in the moment this sword is torn. And I told you to be patient, and I told you to be fine, and I told you to be balanced, and I told you to be kind. And in the morning I'll be with you, but it will be a different kind. 'Cause I'll be holding all the tickets, and you'll be holding all the fines. Come on, skinny love, what happened here? Suckle on the heart, but labor sees. My, 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 my. Soul and Lord is full, so slow on the split. And I told you to be patient, and I told you to be fine, and I told you to be balanced, and I told you to be kind. And now all your love is wasted, but who the hell was I? 'Cause now I'm breaking at the bridges, and at the end of all your lines. Who will love you? Who will fight? And who will fall far behind? Come on, skinny love. My, 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 my. Thank you.
with the fair of Rosaline.
I'll rhyme you so 8 years together. Dinners and suppers and sleeping hours expected.
Out, fool.
For a taste. If a buck do like a hind, let him seek out Rosaline. If the cat will after pine, so be sure will Rosaline. Winter garments must be lined, so must splendid Rosaline. Sweetest nut hath sourest rind, such a nut is Rosaline. He that sweetest rose must find love's prick and Rosaline. This is the very false Gallico verses. Why do you infect yourself with them?
Peace, you dull fool, I found it on a tree.
Truly, the tree yields bad fruit.
I'll graft you with and I shall graft another. You'll be the earliest fruit in the country. You'll be rotten ere you be half ripe. Such is the virtue of the meddler.
You have said what? Wiser, no. Let the forest judge.
Peace, here comes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi there, my name is Grace Taylor. I'm 14 years old, and today I'm going to be singing a song that I wrote called Here I Am. They broke my heart the other day. Feels like I'm lost, but I'm okay. I hope. My hopes were high the other day. They say goodbye, but I'm okay.
less than 25 seconds.